everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So, as you all know, I have signed up to a ton of markets so far this year, and I'm very excited to have done all the ones that I've done so far, and I'm excited to do the one that's coming up. Now, the plan was for me to edit the videos as I went, but life got in the way. Personal things happened, and also I had to get prepared for these markets because they were coming a lot sooner than I expected them to. So, this is why the next couple of videos are going to show markets from the ones I did in the past 2 months. So as I speak today, it is August 26th, and I just finished doing a market on Sunday. I was hoping to have that one edited and ready to go now, but I figured instead of working on that and then confusing you guys with the old markets that I already did, I'm just going to go ahead and keep that timeline going. Now, I do have another market in September 6th actually, which is next weekend. But hopefully by then I'll be all caught up and be ready to go for any winter markets or fall markets that I get accepted to. I have one in October too. I just thought about that. But that is why this is going to be a little all over the place. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you guys these markets because they're there. I recorded content for them, and I want to show you guys my experiences with them. I know you all enjoy the market videos. I see it in my analytics when I'm looking at it. So I appreciate you guys like really showing up for those videos because I really want to show you guys what it's like doing markets here in New York City. But I don't want them to be back to back to back to back to back. So I will be breaking those up with like current up to date content for you guys. But I just wanted to put that disclaimer there because I don't want you guys to get confused and be like, hey, it's September. Why am I seeing a market from July or August? But with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to jump into the first market and then I'll do the recap afterwards, like always. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today is a market day vlog, and I just got here not that long ago. I'm all set up and it is like 10:40, so I'm waiting for the market to start. It starts at 11 a.m. and I am back at Governor's Island for another market day. So there are some vendors that are set up, ready to go. And then there's some who just got here a little while ago and they're setting up. It's 11:05. and the market has started. I didn't take pictures of the table, but I'm gonna do that in a minute. But the market has started, and I already got my first sale of the day. So I'm excited about that. I'm always excited when I get a sale. I hope this chair isn't broken. I hope it's spaced out enough that it won't fall. But it is another weekend of 2 days of market. I'm actually tired, to be honest. I'm actually tired, and this week has been from going on a mini vacation to Atlantic City and then having to go and see my financial advisor and then having to go pick up my package from the post office because they wouldn't deliver it or re-deliver it. It's just been exhausting. And then I'm glad that I had products that were already made, so I didn't have to really make anything. I had to make a couple of more diffusers, and then I had to make a couple of more car diffusers because I ran out. But I think next week what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in another order, and I'm just going to replenish everything because I have more markets coming in. I have one next week, and then I have another one coming in, two coming in August, and then one so far in September. So I have to start replenishing everything. And I ended up wearing the same shirt that I did the last time I was here. I think I wore this shirt on the first day that I was here for the first time. So hopefully it brings me luck today and I end up getting my goal of the market this weekend. So I set my goal today to, once again, $300, and I think I'm gonna stick with that for now. And then in the fall and in the winter, I'll reassess everything. But I'm gonna stick with the $300 for today and tomorrow. And then what I like about today is, so I've been working in ChatGPT to figure out what products to bring because I feel like I'm bringing more products than I need to. And when I get here, it's just heavy inventory to like carry back and forth. So I went into chat and I spent a couple of days plugging in all my stuff that's been like best sellers or top sellers for the summer so far. And I plugged in all my other products, and it ended up giving me suggestions on what type of inventory to bring with me. So today is the first market that I actually created a list and used a list of how much product I'm gonna bring. And my totes they're still a little heavy, but they are less heavy. So I don't have as many 8-ounce candles with me. I have mostly 4-ounce candles today. I have 3 of my top seller diffusers with me, and then everything else is just trickled here and there. And so I'm gonna see by the end of this market weekend if for whatever reason the camera cut off. But I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna check my phone and see if I have space to record today, because if not, I'm gonna have to empty everything out. But I was saying I'm gonna also see if carrying this amount and this type of inventory for the summer is going to be the way to go moving forward. So I will check in as always with you guys a little later. I'm going to sit and make sure I have everything, all the knickknacks set up for now. Would you like a free sample?
Sure.
Okay. So these are wax melts. Even if you don't have a warmer, you have a ceramic dish, you can still use it by taking it out, putting it on the dish, put it in the sun.
Okay.
The sun is going to slowly heat it up and release the
around?
scent. Yes.
Okay.
Hi, how are you guys today? So if you have a moment, feel free to smell anything you like at the table. Everything's handmade by me. I have candles, reed diffusers, and room sprays on the end. Okay, I am back, you guys. I feel bad because I didn't record let's turn it this way. I didn't record the last few sales there because they came like kind of in a rush. But I am back. It is 2:29, 2:30, and yeah, I've been doing a little more this go around as opposed to the other ones, and I think I'm gonna start doing this for my outdoor markets, especially giving the free samples away. But I was just gonna sit and take some inventory because I need to bring some things with me tomorrow. I'm not gonna bring a lot though. Like, I'm not gonna bring candles really. I think I'm gonna leave it at this. I'm checking to make sure my tent doesn't like slide because it is windy today. But I think they're all straight. Yeah, they're all straight. And I don't have my sandbags with me today, so it's just my weights. Hi, how are you today? So if you have a moment, feel free to smell anything you like at the table. Everything here is handmade by me. I have candles, reed diffusers, and room sprays at the end with the samples.
So if I did 3 of these, could it be 30?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do that then.
Okay. I have the packs back here. Just let me know what scents. All right, I'm back. I just did a quick sale. I'm sorry I didn't show you guys, but it was a custom build your own bundle. So started off a little slow, but it is starting to pick up, and I'm kind of surprised that I only sold 1 reed diffuser so far. It's mostly been the candles and the card diffusers, which I am actually running out of. But I do need to take inventory and see what I should bring tomorrow. But this wind is insane today. I don't know. It wasn't on the forecast for today. I didn't see it. But also it's like 5 miles per hour. So I don't know. I guess because we're on the island. But I will check in with you guys a little later and give you guys an update on what's to come. It is 4:06 and it's kind of slowed down. Hi, how are you today?
How are you?
Feel free to smell anything you like at the table. Everything is handmade by me.
Yeah, I think the Peaceful Paloma.
Okay.
That's the most citrusy you have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you can tap whenever you're ready. I'm gonna give you my card, so if you want to order another one, it is on the website.
Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
All right, I am back. I had one sale, and I keep forgetting to show you guys. I am really off, and it's kind of dark because the sun is down, but I am really off today because I am still like trying to recover from the week of all the stuff I was doing. But I just got another sale, and it is starting to wind down. It's 4:10 now. It's starting to wind down a little bit. I didn't really check my Square or anything for transactions because I normally wait until the end. But it is still windy, and I'm hoping tomorrow won't be as windy as today. I know it's definitely going to be hotter tomorrow than today, so I think I'm going to bring like an extra jug of water with me just in case because I'm like probably about here today. So come tomorrow where it's like nice and hot and probably muggy, it's going to feel like 97 tomorrow and it's going to only be like 86 degrees. Don't ask me how it jumps up a whole 10 degrees, but I might end up bringing two of my Glinks with me tomorrow just so that I'm hydrated enough. Hey everyone, it is day 2 and I am on my way to go to the ferry. I am a little bit behind schedule and I forgot paper towel, but I have some in my bag. Oh my gosh, thank God. But it is day 2 of the markets and now I'm just waiting for my Uber to come and hopefully I make it there in time to get on the ferry at 9 o'clock. But I will check in when I get there. Yeah, I don't want to eat up too much of my battery today on both my phones because I forgot to bring, once again, my other charger. The good thing is, the charger that I have with me still has charging points on it. So I was looking for you. I'm like, oh no, she's gonna miss the ferry. I'm looking, I'm like, man, there's not a lot, because there really wasn't a lot of us.
I noticed because now I see everybody else is now jumping in, and I'm like, okay.
And I'm like, wow, where is everybody? I'm like, I hope they catch it. This is how my inventory is looking for today. It's not much. I have one Sunday walk, three common spa days, and passion sunrise, and two relaxing, and one small. So I should have bought another Sunday walk, but I wasn't really thinking, but I bought a big one. So I have one small one big one for today. So today I bought me a turkey and cheese sandwich because it's just me today. There will be no one bringing me food today. But yeah, I'm all set up, ready to go for the market. It is hot, as you know what, out here. And I have 3 fans with me today. 2 of my handheld ones, like this here, and then I have my other one, my little slightly bigger one, pinned on my crate over here. But the market is about to start. It's like 10:58, and I'm sweating too. It's 10:58, and we are about to get the day going. Um, but I'm all set up. I think I have everything out. I feel a little weird not having the excessive amount of inventory that I usually carry with me, but uh, whatever sells today sells, and I don't have to carry it upstairs because there I have to carry up the tent and stuff to my apartment. I won't make it to my storage unit today, so I just planned for that. But yeah, and then there's gnats like all over the place. It's like and gnats, they always for some reason want to fly in your eye. I don't know why, but it's like they want to fly in your eye. It seems like it's worse today than it was yesterday. So if you see me constantly swiping, it's because I'm swiping the nets out. But I'm going to eat half of my sandwich here and then get ready for the market before people really start coming in. It's a nice day. It is partly sunny out, so hopefully a little breeze will come through. Well, it's coming through now, but hopefully a breeze will be here throughout the day. I'm tired, guys. I'm so tired. I feel like I say that every market that I do, but I am tired as in strength wise, I have no strength. I got a good night's sleep. I just don't have any strength. And then I gotta lug all this stuff home today. So yeah. But I will check in with you guys later. So it has started to rain. It is raining. Um, some people are still here, but most people are taking cover. I'm taking cover. Well, I'm not taking cover. I'm undercover. But yeah, it has started to really come down on us, and hopefully it's a passing shower and it's not gonna last all day. I know it said it was going to rain twice today. Once while we were here, and the other one is when we're pretty much ending and packing up. So I bought my umbrella today just in case, because I didn't want to get caught out in the rain. But it's starting to slow down just a little bit, but we'll see. I'm still here. Still no sales so far today, but hopefully that changes and the rain goes away and we can have a nice, beautiful day. The plus side is it's not as hot as it was earlier, and the breeze did pick up. It got windy, so that's the plus side. But I will check in with you guys a little later on in the market. Hi there, would you like a free sample? Sure, what is it? So these are wax melts. Hi, would you like a free wax melt sample? The 4-ounce fine, because I don't have any more 8s. You need a bag? It's always convenient on days like this where you could just throw it in one bag. All right, so it is 2:14, and yeah, the market is going slow. There is not really much happening. There's people walking through, but not nearly as much as yesterday. So I am just sitting here because I'm kind of in a dead zone over here. Like the main market is over on that side, and I'm over here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other vendors, and there's like a dead end road down there. So people come in, but they're like coming in just to, some of them just to walk straight, only to find out it's a dead end down there. That I had to come back this way and walk around, and yeah, I've just been watching that happening. But so far I got 4 sales, these nuts on the day, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, sorry you guys had to see a chair, but just finished doing a sale. But yeah, it's kind of slow today. Hi, how are you today? I'm enjoying outside, which is strange because I'm not a summer person. I'm more of a fall, spring person. But I don't know if I'm going to check in again because my stuff is running low. And I didn't bring, like I said earlier, my charger. I left it plugged up and not in my bag. So I just have like 1 stick left on my portable here. And I put my phone on power save so that it saves my battery, which is doing okay. So, but yeah, these diffusers just aren't moving, but everything else is kind of moving. And I won't have to carry up these heavy crates, so that's a plus. Hi, how are you today? Good, good. just waiting until more people flutter in. Not much to say, but these gnats are getting on my nerves. They're really getting on my nerves. I hate that they want to fly towards your face and your eye. And I Googled it today. I asked why they do that, and it's because of the moisture that's on your face and towards your eye, and they're attracted to it. Also, scent, because there are bugs that are, attracted to scent, but they are attracted to the moisture on you, so that's why they tend to fly by your eyes a lot more. But I figured I would Google that because for the past 2 days they have been really in my face and super annoying, to the point where I couldn't even eat my sandwich earlier because they were all over here. So, but yeah, that is it for this little check-in. 5 sales now. After that one, 5 sales on the day, and just waiting for people to come in, and you know I can interact with them. But yeah, I will either check in later before it ends, or I will go ahead and do the recap after this. All right, everyone. So, welcome back to the recap for this market. I have my tablet here and I have my notebook here as well. Now, I am recording the recap portion of this actually on August 28th, and it's because I did a recap already and I was editing it and I didn't like the way it sounded. I felt like I didn't cover anything. So, I am redoing it over again, and hopefully I cover everything in this one. Hopefully. But without me rambling on and on, let's hop right into the recap. All right, so the market that I did in July was called Governor's Island Market, and I did that one once before, as you guys know, back in June. So this one actually happened in July on the 19th and the 20th. Yes, another weekend market. Ran from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I had to be at the ferry like before 9:30, so that I can load all my stuff onto the U-Haul, and the U-Haul goes onto the ferry at 9:30. So I ended up leaving actually a little later than last time, because I remember last time I left too early and I had about 20 minutes to spare before the ferry was starting to load. This time around, I had about 10 minutes to spare, and I managed to get there in time. But a ferry ride over there, it takes about 8 minutes to get to the island. We left probably around 9:30, 9:31, I want to say, because they kind of wait for little stragglers to get on and for everybody, of course, to board. So we got over there, and I'm glad that all my stuff managed to get on the U-Haul, because once you get to the island and you unboard from the ferry, there is a steep hill going up to the main area, and I could not imagine pulling all that stuff in that heavy duty wagon up that steep hill. So I'm glad that I was able to put everything on there. Plus, everybody didn't show up to the ferry on time, so that's why we were allowed to put everything on the U-Haul. But once we walked all the way over to the location of the market, the U-Haul was already there, and I just did my usual, unload my stuff, found my spot, and then put my stuff down. Now, I was in a different location this time around because you don't get the same spots all the time. So I was further down into the market, probably the opposite end of the market. And that meant that I had to unload my wagon, and then I had to go into the storage space to get my tent and my weights. Now, I left my tent and my weights there for a month because I knew I wasn't doing another market in between that needed a tent and the weights, so they allow you to store some of your stuff there if you're coming back to do a market there on the island. I grabbed my tent and setup went as usual, put everything up the exact same way I did in the previous markets. There really was no change to my table that I can think of. Yeah, there was no change to my table at that time. Market started around 11 a.m. Now, I got my first sell at 10:59 a.m. She came over, she made a purchase, and I thought to myself, okay, gotta sell right away. This is going to be a good start to the market for me. I cannot wait to have everybody else flush right on in and get the day going. Now, the weather that weekend was mostly partly sunny. We did have a couple of passing showers that came through. I think there was 2 passing showers on Saturday, and then there was one on Sunday at the beginning of the market. But for the most part, it was partly sunny. It was warm out on both days. I want to say Sunday was a little bit hotter because I felt like I used my fans a little more on Sunday than I did on Saturday. And yeah, the rain really didn't drown out anybody. It was like a 1-2 quick shower. I think the one on Sunday actually lasted a tad bit longer, but it was nowhere near like last time where we had lost 2 hours of the market just waiting for the rain to pass by. And what was good about Saturday was I wasn't there by myself. My sisters, they did come towards the middle of, well, one came the middle of the market and the other one came a little closer to the tail end of the market. So I wasn't there by myself completely, which was nice. It's always nice to have somebody there to talk to or to watch your booth or to even help you with sales or talking to people that come to the table. All right, so now let's talk about the event itself and the crowd. Now, I want to say that the crowd this go around was not like the crowd in June. It was less than the crowd that showed up in June. And Sunday was pretty much the same, I want to say, as before compared to before. There was probably a little more people on Sunday, but not much. So Saturday was considered my busy day, if you want to call it that. But the crowd itself, it was the standard New York crowd that comes through and enjoy their time on Governor's Island. A lot of families. I noticed a lot of children, a lot of dogs out there, and just friends just coming to hang and chill on the island. That's pretty much what they do on the weekends in the summer. Now, also for the crowd, I don't want to say it was a buying crowd. It was just a crowd that just it was one of those crowds that like stumble upon a market and they're not really there for an agenda to purchase something there because their favorite vendor was there. It was more so a crowd of window shoppers. I want to say that window shoppers. That's the only thing I can compare it to. So it wasn't really much going on. It wasn't hitting like it was the last time. Now, where I was set up at, it was kind of separated from the main portion of the market. And there's the main street that has everyone lined up. And then there's about 6 of us, including me, on this little dead end space that's on the side of one of the buildings. So when people came towards us from our angle, our side of the market, they really was just walking down either the main part or some would come down that little stretch right there, but they realized it's a dead end. And if they had a stroller with them and little kids, then they're turning right back around. So that's how I got my traffic, the people that actually came over to my side and wanted to look at the vendors over there. Now, one thing I did notice while I was setting up was there's another vendor not that far from me that was set up as well. And she pretty much sold similar items to me. And I feel like because she was on that main area there, a lot of people gravitated to her table, her setup more than mine because I was away from the main part of the market. But, it is what it is what I always say. And I cannot compare myself to her. I have sense that she doesn't have, and vice versa. And I am building an audience that's going to enjoy my products just as she is building one that's going to enjoy hers. But it still doesn't like stop you from just having that little small inkling of jealousy, or getting sad that there's more people going to her table and not to mine. But, once I got it out of my head, which was real quick, I was able to just focus on me and the people that came over to me. Now, another thing that I did incorporate for this market was, instead of having this free sample sit on the table like I normally do, I went around to the front of the table and I picked up that basket. And for everybody that walked by, I pretty much asked them if they would like a free wax melt sample. That's what they're sitting on the table for. So I figured, why not push those? And plus, me giving them away, even though they don't purchase anything, it still is my product in their hands. And if they want to buy something, all my information is on that little card, well, the little sticker inside the wax melt. So I tried that. I actually got 2 sales from doing that day. So it's something that I'm going to start doing more and more. It would help though if I had someone else there at the table. And I think that's what hinders me from going out and stepping further out into the market, because if I walk away from my table, there's no one there to ask questions. There's no one there to answer questions or to ring up people, because I do have some people come up to the table, they know what they want and they pick it up and they want to purchase it. So it's kind of difficult to be out there and do those things without someone there. But I will figure it out. I will definitely figure it out. So those were something that I did notice. I did take notes from that other vendor on her display because I really loved her setup and what she did. So I was taking notes in my notebook of some things that I can brainstorm and improve on my table. Because if you've been here since the beginning, you know that my table has advanced with every market that I do. So I did take some notes on that as well. So now let's get to the sales recap of that weekend. Now I have my notebook right here. I wrote all my numbers down so I don't have to keep scrolling through my tablet over here. And I'm going to break it down by day and then give the grand total at the end. All right, so for Saturday, I had 12 sales, and that includes the 3 cash sales that I had. And the total for that day was $233.54. For Sunday, I had no cash transactions, and I had 10 sales for that day, and the total was $169.21. For the weekend, the grand total of sales was $22, and my gross profit was $402.75. My best sellers for that weekend actually ended up being my market bundles. I ended up selling 2 diffuser lover sets and 1 build your own bundle set. So I was happy that the bundles are still going strong and people actually like them. I have the display sign there so that they can see what I have to offer with my products. Now for this market, I really didn't bring a lot of inventory with me. I was basing it off of June's market and what sold at that market. So I ended up bringing a little extra of my reed diffusers, especially my Cucumber Oasis and my Peaceful Paloma one, in hopes that it would sell just as good as it did at that market. What I didn't expect was the diffusers did not sell the way I had hoped. Instead, my card diffusers and my small candles were the ones that was the attraction of the entire weekend. And it was at one moment that I actually thought I didn't have enough of my small candles because I didn't pack a lot of it. Like I said, I didn't pack a lot of inventory. But I managed to make it through the entire weekend, selling the majority of my small candles. Right, so now let's talk about my vendor fee. did I make my vendor fee back? I want to say yes, I made my vendor's fee back. Now, did I make my transportation back? I'm going to say no, I didn't make my transportation back. And here's why. I paid for 3 of my cab rides for the weekend, and my sister ended up paying for one. And the gross profit that I made for the weekend actually covered just 2 of those transportation fees. I'm just putting this as I made my vendor fee, but I didn't make all of my transportation, and therefore I didn't really make a profit for this weekend. Now, we can't predict what's going to happen. We might have a great market the month before or the year before, and then this year it turns out to not be so great. But then again, every market has a different audience, even if it's a market that's in the same location throughout the year or over the years. The other thing is, I went there thinking that my diffusers were actually going to be sold out, and come to find out it was my smaller items that were the hit of the market. So I really have to go back and rework my stock that I take with me. I'm really thinking, because it's still the summer, that I'm going to bring more of the 4 ounce candles and less of the 8 ounce candles, because the 8 ounce candles really don't move nearly as much. And I'm going to go back to bring in 2 each of my diffusers. So that should really like balance it out for the upcoming markets that I'm doing. So overall, I really enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the environment as always. It is nice to be out there and not be surrounded by noise and skyscrapers. It's like a little getaway, as one of the ladies told me that day, a little getaway from the city. So I enjoyed being out there. I enjoyed the good vibes that came from the coordinators. They were very helpful. They're constantly trying to usher people into the market. They're trying to see if we need anything from them, if they can fill in at the table for us while we take restroom breaks or find food to eat. So they are always there. They're very helpful. I even enjoyed the crowd, even though the crowd wasn't as big as I expected it to be, like it was back in June. And the weather was pretty cool too, even though we had those spotty showers. So those are the things that, even though I didn't make my goal of the $600 that I set for myself, I still had a good time. I still had a good experience. And I will definitely sign up for it again next year. Unfortunately, they are done with markets for the year on Governor's Island. They only do it for June, July, and August. And I signed up for all 3, and I managed to get 2 out of the 3 this year. So now that I know what to expect, I can definitely sign up for them going down the road, and I will work on the type of stock that I bring for that market there. Since I am recording this at the end of August here, because I've been so busy, like I said, doing other things, and life has just taken over lately, I have 3 more markets after this one that I recorded the recaps for 2 days ago. And I'm doing this one over because, like I said, I didn't like the way it came out the first time. But I recorded those recaps for those videos. So now I can finally edit them and start posting them to the channel. And you guys will see how I did the last 3 markets that I did. And I also have another market coming up next week. That is my September market. It is an outdoor market, and I'm returning back to the Maker's Manifest, I think it's named. And I will be on the street selling my stuff. So I did pretty well at the last 2, so hopefully I could do well at these 2 also. And then aside from the markets, I have been working on behind the scenes stuff. So I started working on the 4 ounce jars to my 10 ounce collection because people have been wondering if I had the smaller version of those scents. Well, now I'm working on them right now, and I'm also working on my fall and winter, which are also going to be in that same size. I figured we're going to go the opposite way. We're going to go with starting off small and working our way up to the bigger ones. But I do have the scents picked out. I made the candles already. I'm just waiting for them to cure, and I'll hopefully be testing them sometime next week. I'm very close to also finalizing one of my other 10-ounce scents. It passed its burn test, so I'm happy for that. And then it should be on the website, well, the Etsy shop, probably in, I want to say October, because I have to continue to burn it and see how it goes. And then the final candle scent that's in that collection has just started, and so far it has passed 3 of its burn tests. So I have to continue to burn it down to see how it does. And then I still also have to work on Dreamy Drift because it was close to being there with my Coastal Comfort candle, but for some reason the wick is not working the further the candle goes down. So I have to figure out what I can do, or if I might have to just scrap Dreamy Drift altogether. So we'll see. I also started working on travel room sprays because people have been asking for a smaller version, especially those who are from out of town and they come into the city. And then finally, the big thing I've been working on is my website. So I finally took the plunge and went ahead and started working on a website. I'm going through Shopify to do it, and I have most of it done, but I still have to take photos of especially the new products, the sachets, the new wax melts, and things like that. And then once the travel sprays are set, then I can go ahead and take those. But I have the website and I'm working on it almost every day when I'm not dealing with other stuff that's going on or getting sick, because I did get sick at the beginning of this month. So there's things that I'm trying to work on. There's events that I'm trying to sign up for. And I just did my first event in New Jersey, and you guys will see that as well. That one was so fun and so wonderful and so profitable. And I cannot wait to share that one with you guys. I am excited to sign up to more events in New Jersey so that I have New York and New Jersey. And then someone actually told me while I was there about one in Massachusetts. I don't know if I'm going that far, but we'll see. But that is the things I'm working on. I'm sitting here rambling with you guys, but I wanted to fill you in on everything that I've been doing. I know it's been a minute, and I know the videos are like back in the past and starting to catch up, but I didn't want to leave you all hanging, so this is why I'm letting you in on this stuff now. But that is it for this video here. That is the recap of Governor's Island for the second time. If you enjoyed this video and you like what you saw here, then go ahead and hit that like button. And don't forget to share and comment down below. I would love to hear what you all have to say. If you guys have ever been to Governor's Island, some of you, because I know some of you have either visited New York or live in New York, then share your experience down in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. Now, if you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, then what are you waiting for? Like, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you could be notified when the next new video comes out. I am so close to 1000K, and it is a shock to me. I'm so surprised at that, but I cannot wait to hit that one day. I'm in no rush at all. I enjoy doing this stuff here for you all. So yeah, I cannot wait to hit that number, and then I'm able to give one of you a free gift basket of some of my products. So if you haven't, like I said, hit that subscribe button. All right, so I'm closing it out. I am done. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week, And don't forget to show yourself a little more appreciation. So until next time, this is Tammy saying, take care, everyone.